The heart of this story lies in the courage and resilience of Ukraine in the face of relentless violence, and here's where the controversy begins. Filmmaker Mstyslav Chernov, known for his compelling documentaries, shares a deeply personal and powerful narrative. He initially perceived Ukraine merely as a victim of brutal invasion, but his perspective evolved significantly through his first-hand experiences. And this transformation is precisely what makes his story so captivating. Adrian Horton asks Chernov about his transition from showcasing his previous film, 20 Days in Mariupol, to returning to the front lines of the conflict. Chernov explains that the pull wasn't just about sharing his work with Western audiences but stemmed from an internal need to process the devastation after witnessing firsthand the destruction of Mariupol, the atrocities uncovered in Bucha, and the daily bombings in Kharkiv, his hometown. Even during the editing process of his earlier film, he was already seeking a different narrative, one that would counterbalance Ukraine's victimhood with a story of resilience, agency, and the ability to respond and push back against violence. When Chernov's film, 2,000 Meters to Andriivka, was released theatrically in July, coinciding with blockbuster films like Barbie and Oppenheimer, he experienced the surreal collision of worlds. The glamour of red carpets and Q&A sessions contrasted sharply with Ukraine's ongoing intense military counteroffensive. Traveling between peaceful cities in the west and the war-torn trenches of Ukraine, he describes a world that seems like two different planets, one stuck in a century-old nightmare, the other untouched suburban tranquility. His goal was to express this stark contrast, how life of peace and the brutal reality of war coexist in the same world, highlighting the physical and emotional distance between Europe and Ukraine, and between society at large and those fighting in the trenches. Post-viewing, Chernov notes how this emotional and physical distance has shifted, especially since early 2025. Many Ukrainians, particularly those on the front lines and civilians under repeated missile and drone attacks, feel abandoned by the global community. Yet, here's the intriguing part: despite this generalized sense of neglect, Ukrainians have shown extraordinary unity and resilience. Chernov admires how adversity brings people closer rather than tearing them apart. He criticizes Russia's belief that brutal bombardments will dampen Ukrainian spirit or weaken their resolve to defend their land, an assumption he strongly disputes. Remarkably, Chernov highlights the audience's hearty response, with over 70,000 Ukrainians attending screenings of his film, an extraordinary feat amid wartime hardship. These viewings serve as a powerful reminder of what Ukraine is fighting for, the significance of individual places like Andriivka, and what they symbolize in the larger struggle for sovereignty and dignity. To Chernov, every monument and battlefield holds meaning, and their preservation is a testament to the sacrifice of those defending their homeland. Reflecting on the film's purpose, Chernov emphasizes that he intended it to be more than just a documentary. It's a memorial, an invitation to ask questions rather than provide simple answers. He clarifies that the film isn't meant to be propaganda but a nuanced portrayal of Ukraine's reality, urging viewers worldwide to recognize the devastating futility of war while affirming the legitimate right of Ukrainians to defend themselves. It's a delicate balance, acknowledging the tragedy yet affirming the significance of resistance. For Ukrainian audiences, the film serves as a tribute to the fallen and a reminder of their sacrifices. For the international community, Chernov hopes it sparks understanding that Ukraine's defense isn't futile, even if many politicians suggest otherwise, a stark reminder that survival and dignity are paramount. Finally, when asked about hope for 2026, Chernov shares a heartfelt insight: hope emerges in the small, resilient acts of ordinary people. Despite the destruction, he finds hope in nature's rebirth, trees regrowing after artillery strikes, and in the unwavering resolve of those fighting for their families and future. His journey of making the film reinforced his belief that, even in darkest moments, the human spirit's capacity to endure and stand firm keeps hope alive. But here's where it might spark debate: can hope truly flourish amidst such destruction? Or is hope itself a choice, something we must actively nurture? What do you think?